Good morning students. How are you all? I hope you will be fine and healthy. Children, today I am going to start the first chapter of your history book of social science, that is what, where, how and when. Children, if you have missed my previous video of chapter 1 of geography, you can watch this video by pressing I button on the top of the screen. Please do like, share and comment on my videos. Now children, let us start the chapter.
Children, first you should know about history. History means our past. Now previous classes are your past. As coronavirus, next year will be our past. So in this chapter, a girl named Rashida sat reading newspaper and wondered, how could anyone know what had happened so many years ago? You will also think that several hundred years back, what people ate, what kinds of clothes they wore, the houses they lived. Children, thousands of years ago, people lived at the banks of the river Narmada. They were hunters and gatherers. Early humans gathered food and knew all about roots, plants, fruits, etc. They hunted animals for their livelihood. They were fully dependent on animals and plants. So they moved from one place to another. They were not stayed at one place. Find out Suleiman and Qatar Hills to the northwest on map 1. Nowadays, they are the part of Pakistan. In olden times, all these were including Myanmar, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal was known as subcontinent. Now, 8,000 years ago, they started growing crops like wheat and barley. They also started rearing animals like sheep, goat and cattle. Locate Garo Hills to the northeast and Vindhyas in central India. There were some other areas where agriculture developed. The places where rice was first grown are to the north of Vindhyas. Now locate Indus and its tributaries. A small river that joins the main river is known as tributary. The banks of the river Indus, about 4,700 years ago, some of the cities flourished. Indus Valley civilization is the oldest civilization in the world. Nowadays, main Indus river is situated at Pakistan. Later, 2,500 years ago, cities developed on the banks of river Ganga and its tributaries. Magad was famous place located to the south of Ganga, lying in Bihar state. Its rulers were very powerful and set up a large kingdom. Throughout, people travelled from one part of subcontinent to another. They travelled for their livelihood and to escape from natural disasters like flood, landslide, earthquakes, drought. People moved from one place to another. Sometimes for religious teachers walked away from place to place, village to village and town to town. Some people perhaps travelled to discover new and exciting places. When people visited the place, they enriched culture too. Now we come to next point, that is the names of our land. We often use two words for our country India and Bharat. From where these words come? India comes from Indus river. Indus is also called Sindhu in Sanskrit. Iranians and Greeks came to India about 2500 years ago, they could not pronounce it as it is. So they called it Hindus or Indos. And the land to the east of the river Indus is called as India. The name Bharat was used for a group of people who lived in the northwest and are mentioned in the Rig Veda, the earliest composition in Sanskrit about 3500 years ago. Later, Bharat was used for our country. Now we come the most important point of the chapter, manuscripts. Manu means hand. In Latin, manuscript means written by hand on palm leaves or on the specially prepared bark of a tree known as which grows in the Himalayas. But disadvantages were there that they were eaten by insects and were destroyed easily. Manuscripts were written on all kinds of subjects: medicine, science, religion, lives of the kings and queen, etc. Many of these were written in Sanskrit, Prakrit and Tamil language. Prakrit was the language of the ordinary people that time. Now we come to inscriptions. These were writings on hard surfaces such as metal or stone. Sometimes kings got their orders inscribed so that people could see, read and obey them, but they were too heavy to carry them. Archaeologists study the objects of the past like paintings and sculptures. They explored and excavated the other objects like tools, utensils, weapons, ornaments, coins and bones of animals. Historians are the scholars who study about the past. Children, have you noticed the title of our book of history? Our pasts. We have used plural to draw attention to the fact that the past was different for different groups of people. For example, farmers and herders were different from those of kings and queens. The lives of merchants were different from craft persons and so on. What are BC and AD? We counted years from the date generally assigned to the birth of Jesus Christ, the founder of Christianity. So 2000 means 2000 years after the birth of Christ. We call BC before Christ. AD means Anno Domini, meaning in the year of Lord, that is Christ. So 2012 can also be written as AD 2012. Sometimes CE, Common Era, is also used instead of AD, and BCE, before Common Era, is used for CE. At last, in elsewhere, we always study of the other country in the same years. So, Rosessa is a town on the north of the Egypt, and here an inscribed stone was found, which contained inscriptions in 3 languages, 2 forms of Egyptian and 1 Greek. Scholars could read Egyptian, but the scholars who could read Greek figured out that names of kings and queens were enclosed in a little frame called a cartouche. Then they placed the Greek and Egyptian signs side by side and identified the sounds for which Egyptian letters stood. As you can see in the picture, a lion stood for L and a bird for A. Once they knew what the letters stood for they could read other inscriptions as well. Children, this was all about the chapter. What you have learned, if you enjoyed or not. If yes, please give me a thumbs up below and subscribe, like and share the videos. See you very soon with the next video. Till then, goodbye.